It's bittersweet that our beloved drama, Queen of Tears, has only 2 episodes left. Our weekends will surely be empty without our BaekHong couple on our screens. However, this means our faces and eyes won't be swollen come Mondays. Queen of Tears really took us, and is still taking the viewers through the wringers, as we cry buckets of tears after each episode. The recently concluded episode 14 topped the chart, as it left fans seething with anger, as Eun-Seong pulled yet another victory. Seeing Hyun-woo behind bars instead of Eun-Seong is causing an uproar, while making fans anxious for the next episode. The bad guys keep winning, but this means that we're in for sweet revenge and comeuppance in the end. Hyun-woo is too smart to be bested by Eun-Seong. His love and promises to Hyun are going to fuel his drive exponentially this weekend. Hopefully, the punishment will fit the crimes. Eun-Seong and his mother need to rot in jail. Meanwhile, Crash Landing on You lives to see another week, as TVN's highest-rated drama. However, Queen of Tears is not stopping in its tracks, as it keeps raking in views like no man's business. After episode 14, the drama is currently neck-to-neck with Crash Landing on You, and is predicted to set a new record for TVN. What's more, the crew and cast are in talks for a much-deserved reward vacation after the drama's finale. Stick to the end for some behind-the-scenes. Eun-Seong went all-time low at the end of the last episode, by lying to Hyun about their relationship. I wonder how he thinks to pull this off. Despite her memory loss, there's no way her whole existence would disappear. There's social media, her infamous public declaration at the end of episode 10, and embedded feelings and love for Hyun-woo. However, Eun-Seong is going to put on a good show, by trying to win her love, hoping that her memory loss will benefit his obsession with her. However, Hyun never had an atom of feelings for him, and things are not about to change. Being the first person she saw after waking up in the hospital, she's going to rely on him for some time. Eun-Seong is going to exploit her vulnerability by feeding her lies about herself and her family. She can be seen being cautious around her family at the airport. If this were reality, the family would have to report Eun-Seong for stalking. And given Hain's public announcement in the past, they have a lot to work with to protect her from Eun-Seong, while Hyun-woo is incarcerated. What's more, Eun-Seong was very meticulous in his devious plans. In the last episode, when he visited Hyun at the hospital, he was seen with a bandaged hand. On the same hand, Hyun-woo was bandaged after he broke the car window. There must be a story here. Before the surgery, Hyun left her journal with Hyun-woo, but he must have lost it during his arrest. Hopefully, he went through it while waiting for her, as she permitted him to do so. However, it looks like the journal will fall into the sly Eun-Seong's hands. He can be seen burning the journal in the preview for the next episode. This is going to be one of the things that will infuriate the viewers in the next episode. However, we have to remember that the writer aims to tell a story of a love that conquers all, despite all odds. It will be cliché if Hyun regains her memories because of the journal. Hopefully, Hyun-woo read it before it was destroyed. You would think, given his obsession, that Eun-Seong would run away with Hyun from Germany. Fortunately, he'll make the mistake of coming back to Korea with her, banking on her lost memory to keep her by his side. He will succeed in becoming her guardian, and take her back to the Queen's mansion. This is why he eliminated all evidence of Hyun-woo, and her time with him. However, there are so many things in Korea to remind Hae-in of Hyun-woo. She can be seen dreaming of her time with Hyun-woo, in the preview. What's more, it looks like Eun-Seong failed to eliminate the star in Hyun-woo's room. Hae-in can be seen staring at it here. The star represents their baby, and is a strong fixture in their story. Meanwhile, Hyun-woo can be seen being interrogated in Germany. As we know, Eun-Seong was the one who put this in motion, by framing him for Mr. Pyon's murder. This is so he won't be with Hae-in when she wakes up in the hospital. However, just as he did when they last visited Germany, Hyun-woo was already investigating Mr. Pyon's death, after Yang Ji informed him of it. And from the preview, it looks like they'll find evidence to prove Hyun-woo's innocence. What's more, after her heart keeps fluttering because of Hyun-woo, Hae-in can be seen visiting him in prison. I don't think Hyun-woo will spend much time in prison, because despite all the evidence pointing to him, his avengers will find something to acquit him. I can't wait to see him back on track with taking Eun-Seong and his mother down. He can be seen showing the Queen's evidence on a flash drive. If you recall, he set a trap for Eun-Seong before leaving for Germany. Looks like his trap will finally entrap Eun-Seong. He will be charged with investment fraud and his role in his accomplice's death. There's a reason Soo-Hyun is after Dahae and the USB. This could mean the USB holds some clue that will lead to her downfall. She will finally make true to her threats, as Dahae will be kidnapped in the next episode. Soo Cheol can be seen racing after her on a bike. Poor Soo Cheol is going to get some beatings. After taking Eun-Seong down, Hyun-woo is going to focus on winning back his wife. It will be magical to see Hae-in fall all over in love with Hyun-woo, despite her memory loss. They have to get back together before her balsam paint fades. However, we should be ready for some heartbreaking moments, where she doesn't remember her husband. As Hyun-woo said, this won't be her first rodeo. In all, I think we are in for a satisfying ending next week. A miracle would be Hae-in regaining her memories in the end. As promised, here are some behind the scenes. Who else can hardly wait to see Eun-Seong and his mother behind bars? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you liked this content, give it a like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for all things wonderfully K-drama. Thanks for watching, bye.